All right, all right, all right. What is happening, people of YouTube? Let me know who I'm hanging out with, who's in the chat. It's a good day to be great. We're here and we are going to be doing some mock drafts, talking football, and hanging out. What's up, Ryan? Welcome in. Ryan Janikowski says, when is the first live draft happening? That will be very soon. Let me double check, but I believe like around August 23rd or something is when that's gonna take off. Let me double check. August 20, is it August 28th is when you'll see the first live stream for the real drafts. We will live stream all those drafts. What's up, Spencer? Welcome in. What's up, Skyler? Welcome in. Is Josh Allen your number 2 quarterback in Dynasty? Got the second pick in my home Dynasty startup. Well, you definitely have access to my rankings. They're consistently changing, but yes, Allen would be my quarterback too. But Styles, you got access to the rankings in case you ever do want to know exactly where I stand in Dynasty over on the Flock Fantasy website. I consistently update those as much as I possibly can for you guys, to be honest. And you know, this gives me an opportunity to talk about the website, but yesterday I did update my rankings, so you know, just tried to look at as many players whose situations have updated, and tried to give you the most accurate representation of how I currently feel, including things like where Zeke and where you know, Dalvin sit in my rankings, how that impacts Ramondre and Breece Hall, for example. What's up, and welcome in. Big breakfast, yo. 22 days until kickoff. Macy says 22 days. Sheesh. No, you're good, Styles. What's up, the place to be? What's up? Welcome in, guys. Hopefully you've had a fantastic day. Hey, go ahead and do us a favor. Drop a like. Already on 20 likes. You guys are awesome. My like goal for today's stream is 50. If we get to that mark, we will pop off a second mock draft with a whole group of people. Let's see. Where should I draft from today? We'll keep trying the 3 and see how that feels. But why don't we go ahead and I'm going to send this link out. If you want to join me on today's mock draft, it's quite simple, okay? Join our Discord. I just put the link in the description. It is a newer Discord. You know, we made this Discord in March of this year. When you join the Discord, you'll see the Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs, and you'll see the Content Release tab. Right there is where I'm going to put the link for you guys to join me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And it's a free-for-all. Whoever gets in, gets in. But this will be a PPR non-tight end premium one quarterback for now. What would you give for Cook as a whole Hall owner trying to compete? Nothing more than a second, like hopefully a late second. Definitely nothing more than that at most. Okay, so we are full. So again, PPR non-tight end premium one quarterback mock draft. We'll go ahead and get this thing started. I will hit start draft, and we are away. The Sutang clan is up first. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Justin Jefferson at the 101. He says, damn, Link was slow. Sorry, bro. Jefferson at the 101. Let's see what JMO does at the 2. Tyreek Hill at the 1-2. Okay, interesting. So those are my first and second players, I guess, at the wide receiver position. A lot of people will go Chase here. If this pans out, I'll probably go McCaffrey. But yeah, guys, really excited for my guys to come out. I'm not sure when to release the video. You know, this is a video that I am really proud of. I hope that you guys are going to like it. Put so much effort into research and into the editing part of it. Trying to get as much backing for my claims as I possibly can. But the video has 6 my guys. I covered every position: quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. And I also give you 4 honorable mentions at the end of the video. I'm really excited about releasing it. I believe I'm going to plan on releasing it Monday. It's already recorded. It's already edited, so I could release it at any time. I'm either going to release it Monday or earlier. I'm just curious what you guys in the chat think. When should I release it? You know, let me know. Okay, some running backs going off the board. So 4 wide receivers, 3 running backs. Then A.J. Brown goes, Travis Kelce. Big Breakfast says, bought Penny for my projected late third today. Have no feelings about it either way. I think that's a good risk-reward pick there. Got to release it this week or next. Draft's kicking off soon. Yeah, I'm definitely like the latest I would release it is on Monday, this upcoming Monday. Okay, so in the first round, we see 4 running backs, 7 wide receivers, and obviously Travis Kelce at the tight end position. Saquon goes at the 110. We see original Eric going the double hero RB strategy. Byronic is getting the expensive Mahomes Kelce stack. Let's see if it pays off for him. It very well could. Chief, or Chef rather, is on the board. He goes A.J. Brown, Davante Adams. So we got a lot of different strategies from the 1-8 onwards. We've got people going, you know, wide receiver heavy. We've got people going double hero RB. We've got a running back wide receiver start. We've got a tight end quarterback start. Yeah, a lot of different strategies going on there at that turn. Ryan's up on the board here. Cooper Kupp was his first pick. Glad to see Davante Adams getting some respect. That's good to see. Jalen Waddle off the board. Derrick Henry, Durka. So another double hero RB start. Typically this is where I get Tony Pollard falling to me. Not today. Not today. So let's have a look and see what our rankings say. I have an idea of what I'm going to do, but obviously depends on what Sam does here. And all of this for what? So that would have been my pick for sure. Would have been Chris. Interesting. I don't know how JMO and Sutang draft, to be honest. I know they've been in drafts with us. I just haven't been paying attention. I know Josh Jacobs is there. I know JT is there. Definitely options. All right, let's grab Devonta. Let's see how this turn pans out here. Love that turn. Dumb question, but what separates Tyreek from Waddle? Getting Waddle in the mid to late second feels like a steal. I just think that Tyreek is the preferred target. You know, Waddle's going to be fantastic long-term. Love him in Dynasty, and obviously still love him in Redraft, right? He's going as a second-round pick. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic. But if you look between the two, who has a chance to break the 2,000-yard record? I would say Tyreek. He's just the more heavily favored target in the offense, and they complement each other so well, so you can't really go wrong. But yeah. As Sutang just takes all the risk possible, and it could pay off. He goes, give me Jacobs, give me Taylor. I know they're gonna play. This is what he's saying, and I'm gonna give values here. Could be the case. I think Adams getting pretty disrespected by a lot of people. I agree. Big Breakfast. Damn it, JMO. Really? You couldn't have grabbed one running back? Ridley was technically my highest ranked receiver when Smith was on the board, but typically people don't take him that early. So I was honestly hoping that he would fall. We'll go Mark Andrews here then. Let's switch it up. Let's see how this feels. Let's see how Marky Mark feels. But yeah, I'm kind of with you, Big Breakfast. I do think a lot of people are really overthinking it, myself, with Davante Adams. In fact, I wrote an article about that over on the website. Let's see if I can find that. Zach Savage. Okay. Let's see. When was that? Let me double check. Maybe I'm logged out. Let me see if I am logged out, guys. That might be what's happening. While I'm checking that, we see Keenan Allen and then Josh Allen as well as Jalen Hurts off the board. So 3 quarterbacks in the first 3.5 rounds. Not all that crazy. There we go. Let's find that article. Don't want you guys hearing me slurping. But yeah, I released an article about it on July 11th. So quite some time ago, but don't overthink Davante Adams in 2023. Bring you some information, some history, and why I think he's going to be just fine. I think the Jimmy G overreactions have gone too far. And you guys know that Badaki and I disagree on that. Obviously, we've talked about it in videos. But yeah, it's just my personal opinion. People are way overthinking it. The dude had 180 targets last year, and his number 2 competition for targets is gone in Darren Waller. Unless we think that Darren Waller and Jacoby Myers are the same level of competition, then yeah, I just think he, like, purely based off volume alone, he is one of the easiest picks in my opinion. By the way, if you guys are getting worried about preseason snap counts and depth charts and things like that, I brought an article a couple days ago saying don't overanalyze preseason actions for the rookie class. So if you got a rookie in Dynasty or you drafted them in redraft, go check that out because I think it will be very helpful. It's almost, I think it will serve as like a chill pill for people who are just freaking out about the preseason. Okay, so DK Metcalf, Amari Cooper, Jahmyr Gibbs, then Terry McLaurin in the 3rd. I love me some Terry McLaurin. Have not seen him go that high. Not saying it's wrong. I just have not seen him go that high in any draft I've been in. Ramondre Stevenson at the 311. So, this is Brandon, right? This is Brandon. Different username, but same photo. He's not afraid of the Stevenson news. D-Hop, that's the earliest I've seen D-Hop go as well. DJ Moore, Joe Mixon. Love the Joe Mixon pick. That is such a steal in my opinion. Then we see Najee Harris. So Byronic opting to punt wide receivers. Let's see how it pans out for him. And if he lands the right wide receivers, it definitely could work in his favor. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, if you are having troubles with the rankings not loading on Flock, can you go to the site issues tab on our Discord and just let our developers know? They should be able to fix that for us. Draft from the heart, Skylar says. Angel, what's up? Heavy wide receivers only start. RIP running back. MP says CMC, Olave, Ridley would have been a 6 start. Yeah, that was the plan. Olave and Ridley, but it was taken away from me. Drafting Anthony Richardson at the 101 in our latest rookie draft this weekend. Pray for me. Hey, best of luck. It's bold. Let's see if it works out. Bro, at the first pick, if they both play, that's a league-winning combo. Yeah, with Jacobs and Taylor, I'm pretty sure he's talking about. Stole my stack. Adams was also top 5 for converted first downs. Feel like people are overreacting to Jimmy G. Yeah, exactly. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I think people are overreacting to Jimmy G as well. You guys know that Badaki and I have that bet placed where if Davante Adams finishes top 12, he's going to eat a spoonful of cinnamon on a live stream. If he finishes outside the top 12, I'll be the one doing that. So we'll see how that pans out for me. But I feel pretty confident, to be honest. Okay, so Breece Hall off the board. C-Dog grabs Josh Allen at 3-5, starting with the double hero RB. So let's see what he plans on doing there. He goes TJ Hawkinson in the 4th. You know, you guys are watching this to hang out and also to hear my opinions. I don't like TJ Hawkinson's ADP this year. Seeing him going in the 3rd, in the 4th. In a tight end premium, maybe it's a little bit different, but man, I'm just not a huge fan of. If I don't get Kelsey or Andrews, I'm really considering punting until about the 4th round. And Sam, just every time there's a wide receiver on the board that I want to draft, decides, let me just keep stacking up on him. You got to draft a different position, Sam, at some point. Come on, Sam. Damn it. Okay. So probably running backs become the value here. Ooh, I mean, Debo's there. I'm not in love with Debo, though. I could go Debo. Like, Debo would make the most sense, probably. That's probably the smart pick. Let me just see if there's a dumb pick out there that I want to make. Just looking at the board, kind of doesn't help because Team 2 has all wide receivers. Team 1 has a lot of running backs, so he's probably going to go wide receiver. Let's not overthink this. Let's grab Debo here at the 410. Kind of serves as a running back and a wide receiver. Just realizing, though, that I now have Debo and CMC, so got to be sharper. That's why we mock. Thank you for the sub, Robble. Hey, what's up, man? You support us on Flock Fantasy. Maybe you didn't realize we had a redraft channel. A lot of people just think we have the Dynasty one, but anyway. Hawk, not enough of a difference maker. I mean, that's just my personal opinion as well. What's up, Dave? Welcome in. But I'll tell you what, Michael. When I brought a video telling people to avoid TJ Hawkinson, let me tell you what. The TJ Hawkinson crew is loud this year. They said I was stupid. I had no idea what I was talking about. So we will find out. I think he's going to be a good player. I just don't think he's going to make the impact that a 3rd and 4th round pick can make. But people are ruthless online. If they don't like you, they'll say whatever they want because they don't have to see your face. That's the way it works. Trying to keep up. But Aki said the same thing when I drafted Elijah Moore 1 pick before him. Yeah. Evil, man. Team 2 and 4 got all the wide receivers around you. I know, right? Like, every time I'm trying to draft a wide receiver, these guys are screwing me over. Big Breakfast says I mock 1 million times every year and still make the same mistakes in real draft. It's a tradition, yep. For sure. I definitely get that. Like, when you're on the clock, sometimes you freeze. But, you know, one thing that I've found to be super helpful when drafting, anytime I'm in a real draft, and I guess this is a free plug for them. Like, honestly, yeah, sure, we'll give a free plug to Fantasy Pros. You know, Fantasy Pros, some people like it, some people don't. Their website, what they offer is fantastic. Like, they offer great stuff on the website. You can't not say that. They have so many resources. But the thing that I really use them for is during the draft season, I use their draft assistant. The draft assistant essentially allows you, while you're drafting, to see exactly who would be the next player on your rankings available. Man, like, what is happening in this mock draft? What's going on? You guys are killing me. Some people are like, damn, is he always this OP? Like, can you relax, kid? All right, we'll grab Christian Watson. Damn, y'all are killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Anyway, when I'm in a draft, like a real draft, what I will do is I will take my rankings from the Flock Fantasy website and I will import that into the draft assistant. Would love to have something like that on the Flock Fantasy site, you know, maybe this time next year. But essentially what you can do is you can see exactly how the board is falling. The draft assistant will follow it for you. You can look at your rankings as well as expert consensus. I just follow my rankings because I trust myself. And you can see exactly who the best player on the board is. Doesn't matter what the ADP says. You can look exactly at your rankings. So whether you want to export my rankings from the Flock site, you want to use your own rankings, whatever the case may be, I can't suggest it more myself. Okay, Hollywood Brown at the 5-6. Have not seen him go that high. I love me some Hollywood, though. I mean, if Kyler comes back week 3, that is going to be a huge, huge steal. Undoubtedly. These guys actually trolling. They're trolling. I feel like they could be. I don't know. Robble says you are right. Didn't realize you had this channel and I wasn't subscribed. Hey, that's okay. A lot of people on the Dynasty channel don't realize that we're here. But I mean, hey, welcome in. Addison Crew over Hawkinson, I'm with you. He can do exactly what he did last year, and he wouldn't justify it for me. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Is the draft assistant free? No, I think it's a part of their membership. But to me, that's just a tax write-off. So I'm fine with paying for it because it's, you know, in my industry. Ken Walker off the board, then Justin Fields. Okay, honestly, like, the DJ Moore pick felt pretty early to me, but the fact that we let Justin Fields fall to the 512 so he could get that stack, I mean, that's a nice looking team. Again, like, D-Hop, I'm not on D-Hop this year. I don't think, I just personally think most people are a little bit too high on him. There's better options on the board, but I'm really liking the Fields DJ Moore stack that kind of fell in place for him there. What's up, Badaki? Welcome in. Badaki is in Melbourne right now for a friend's birthday. In case anyone is wondering where the boy is, he's out living his life. You love to see it. Darren Waller at the 6'2". Man, like, okay, so Darren Waller's my guy. I think people know that. I've been most vocal with him. I'm trying to figure out if I should release my guys now or later. Oh, I don't know. I want it to do well because I put so much effort into it. I'm not sure. But I want to just be able to talk about these guys because I've just recorded the video. And that's typically, like, you know, people don't realize that when we release content, we typically record, like, it can be anywhere from like 4, 5, 6 days before it gets released. Which sometimes puts you in an interesting spot because things change, but what can you do? I'm not trolling, Joshua says. No, I don't think you are. It's just frustrating me because I keep thinking that certain players will fall. Skylar says I'm trying to run heavy at the 1. I get you. I get you. JSN at the 6'5". Yesterday I was able to get him in the 7th, but we do typically see him in the 6th. You can make the judgment call whether you think it's worth it or not. Everyone's going to have a different opinion on that. There goes Jahan Dotson at the 6'6". You know, again, typically we don't see Terry McLaurin go that high, but seeing Jahan in the 6th, you know, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Release them right now during the mock. No. I need redemption for my Superflex Dynasty squad yesterday. Sorry if you answered this earlier, but when is the first live redraft? So the first live redraft will be, that says August 29th, but that's because we're in Australia. So it'll actually be August 28th. The night, Monday night, August 28th, Bravo will be drafting. So that's in about 12 days. We'll have our first real draft for you guys on the stream. And we'll do 3 of those. With the wide receivers I have, I don't mind having JSN in the 6th. I get you. I get you. Let's just see what the running backs look like for you. That's what I'm worried about, Chef. Yes, Chef. Anybody watching? James Conner off the board. Perfect. Welcome, Alexander and Madison. I was really clinching, hoping he might fall to me. That is perfect. I love that people are starting to push Alexander Madison down boards. Like, totally 100% obsessed with the Travis Etienne fall, the James Conner fall, the Alexander Madison fall, the Miles Sanders fall that's, you know, could happen because of his groin injury. Love getting Madison at the 6'10". That feels fantastic. So you don't think D-Hop breaks the veteran wide receiver curse in Tennessee, Zach? Look, I think D-Hop will be fine. I just don't think that he and Treylon Burks are going to, like, at the end of the season, I'm not sure that if people draft D-Hop in the 3rd and people get Treylon in the 8th, I'm not so sure that there's going to be that big of a difference in their per game averages. That's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with me. So, yeah, he's my wide receiver 27. So definitely would not pay his current asking price. Okay. Running back here. You know, I'm starting to talk myself into Alvin Kamara a little bit. But, man, those wide receivers are going to get ugly quick. Let's grab Treylon here. Let's see how that feels. We'll grab Treylon and see what it feels like. Byronic hitting us with the ultimate zag right now. What's Byronic doing? Yeah, no wide receivers yet. Etienne fell too far in this mock. Yeah, at the 4... Where'd he go? At the 4-4? I think he probably will go in the 4th in a lot of drafts, though. Herbert in the 7th is a steal. Definitely agree. Definitely agree. Honestly, guys, at the quarterback position, I have, like, it sounds intense or it sounds lame. I don't know. But I have, like, plan A, B, C, and D all in my head every time I'm drafting with the quarterback. So I just see how the board falls. And all those plans are just waiting in my head in the wings. Might sound lame, but it's just true. I've always got a couple options. But I do think Justin Herbert's a great pick there at 7-2, unquestionably. Okay, Brandon Cooks off the board, Rachaad White off the board. Really curious to see what Byronix wide receivers are going to look like. But to be fair, all he needs to do is... I mean... Yeah, the wide receivers are pretty rough. Well, there's no wide receivers right now. But if he can hit on like 3 late wide receivers that really pop off, like that could definitely be a league winner. Then again, you have to pick the right wide receivers, right? So what can you do? What can you do? What'd you do for a Klondike bar? Okay, Quentin Johnston in the 7th round. About a round difference between him and his teammate Mikey Will. As we see David Montgomery off the board. I probably should have gone David Montgomery. I think that's a great pick. Sorry, guys, just replying to an email real quick. Okay, so Trevor Lawrence in the 8th. Love that pick. But, Brandon, I mean, what are we doing wide receiver-wise, bruv? Man, Elijah Moore in the 8th. That's a pretty damn good pick. That is a very good pick. Okay. Keeping up with the chat. Badaki says Pickens over Johnston again. Did that happen? George Pickens at the 6-7? Yeah, it did. I mean... I don't know if you noticed, but Jamal Williams at the 8-5. I mean, there's a lot of weird things going on in this draft. I don't know if you saw Terry at the 3-10. D-Hop in the 3rd round. I don't think we're typically used to seeing that happen. What else was strange? Or not strange. I'm not saying anyone's drafting wrong. Just saying we don't typically see it. Hollywood in the 5th. That definitely shocked me. Pittman in the 5th. DJ Moore at the 4-1. I don't think we typically see him go that high. Darren Waller at the 6-2 felt a little bit early compared to what we've been seeing. You know, in a way, Johnston's even a little bit early. I think the board's just falling differently to how it typically does. Again, doesn't mean that it's wrong or that it's bad at all. Just saying it's falling differently. Not my typical build, Brandon says. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so Tua off the board in the 8th round. I mean, am I missing something, guys? Because how is Deshaun Watson still available? that is a genuine question. I'm genuinely curious. I mean, if Suting takes another running back, that's just I would be shocked if he takes another running back. So I'll go Deshaun Watson here. Is there a reason? I guess the reason, which we've talked about before, is people just feel bad. They don't like having him on their team. Maybe that's the reason that we've heard before. I think he's going to end up being one hell of a steal. I don't know. I could be wrong. Man, how's he fallen that far? I don't know. Elijah in the 8th felt too good to pass on. Yeah, Elijah sniped me. Well, to be honest, Byronic, I was thinking that Elijah Moore was falling to you perfectly at 7-9. I would go Elijah over Gabe Davis personally. No, he was so close to me. Morley, Watson's off my board. Okay, right, yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way. And I can respect it. I can respect where they're coming from. To me, I just operate as like, who's going to get me more fantasy points? You know what I mean? So maybe that's the wrong way to operate, but. Okay, Juju off the board as well as Khalil Herbert. I think Khalil Herbert's definitely going to end up being a value pick. And in fact, Team 2 is kind of doing the, wide receiver heavy build to perfection at this very moment. Those are definitely 2 running backs that he can start, and his flex spots are going to be full of wide receivers who will get him PPR points. So props to Team 2 so far, because I feel like he's genuinely killing it with the strategy that he's pursuing. Okay. I have no morals, so Watson's a full go for me, Big Breakfast says. Yeah, maybe that's my issue too, is my morals are off. But no, I mean, as a man, yeah, never going to hang out with him. Never going to go get a massage with the guy. But, yeah, I mean, he can ride on my my fantasy team. Something's wrong with me. Something's wrong up here, and that's the issue. Like, no one, like, we can't see what's wrong with me. It's all... Something up there is not right. I'm actually okay. Don't worry, guys. That's not a cry for help. Or is it? Okay, we'll grab Cortland Sutton here. I think he's going to end up being a huge values in draft. Jerry Jeudy, my guy, which you guys will see that video soon. But I do think Sutton's going to end up being a very good value. Like the reports out of camp, and it's not just one report. I'm seeing multiple reports that he is, back to his former self. I wouldn't say that, but if he can serve as my wide receiver 5, then I'll be happy with it. Yeah, this mock feels off. Badaki says, Big Breakfast says, as long as you don't give him a massage, you should always be in the clear. Yeah, exactly. Just stay away from the massage room. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I tried something a little bit different today with how we released our videos. Let me know if anyone in the comment section actually noticed. Maybe you didn't. I've never gone to YouTube and looked at their best time to post. And what I did was basically just posted when it said was the best time. And so far, the video that we just released is doing pretty well. Top 30 wide receivers. We just released that. Maybe I can show you guys. But different time. Wasn't exactly the time that we typically release. So I'm curious if anyone even noticed. Probably not. But just released this video today about 4 hours ago. And, happy with how it's performing. We don't ever get as many views on this channel as the Dynasty channel. But still pretty happy with the way that it's going so far. Okay, so I went Sutton. B-Rob was going to be my pick if I didn't go Sutton. Rashad Penny goes off the board. Yeah, just we release it later into the day, essentially, for you guys over there. Style says, gotta release the My Guy video so we know a good number of them now. Yeah. Yeah, you guys do know a lot of my guys. I mean, I'm actually curious. What is it? Because I've already said a couple names, but I want you guys to tell me who you think my guys are. How I structured it this year was I gave you at least one at every position: a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end. So I want to know if anyone in the chat can get it correct. I'm not going to tell you right now, but I want to see who can get the closest. But I've already said a couple names. So, I mean, you should be able to fill the puzzle pretty easily. Every My Guys Burke's playing a different position. That's funny. Madison Waller. Dak Madison. Judy Waller. Okay. Okay. Jameson Williams at the 9-10. That ends up being Team 10's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th wide receiver. I kind of like that. That feels nice. That feels hot. Sky Moore at the 9-11. Then A.J. Dillon and Jerick McKinnon off the board. Now Rashad Bateman. Samaje Perine. Deshaun Watson, definite My Guy for Zach. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Just great guy. Just upstanding person. Okay, Zach Charbonnet goes at the 10-5, and Chef, yes, Chef, just decides to absolutely break my heart with that pick, because that was definitely who I was wanting. Anybody seen the bear? Yes, Chef. Thoughts on my build, Sam? It looks good, man. Looks good. I like the running backs that you got. Love the wide receiver core for sure. I think you're onto something. Now, I'm on the board. And I have a plan. Let's see how the plan pans out. The first plan is getting Devon Achane on the squad. And let's see how this turn goes here. Let's see what J-Mo does. Got Akers, Herbert, Ingram, both Herberts. So you could definitely play with that team name if this is a real league. Michael Thomas in the 8th round is crazy after 2 to 3 years of him being on IR. Yeah, look, I do like Michael Thomas, but I have to be honest, the 8th round is a little too early for myself. The Bear season 2 went hard. Yes, it did. He's a good actor. I like the Southside Chicago show they did before the cooking one. As an A-Chain owner, Dalvin to the Jets was a blessing. Yes. Where are my A-Chain truthers out there? We've been through it, man. We've been through the fire. But I think we're gonna make it out on top, hopefully. We've really fooling ourselves with MT. Honestly, though, like I do think MT will be a value, truly. I just don't want to take him at the 8-1. I kind of take him at like the 9-1 feels much better. Prefer Perine or Gainwell as a late round stash. You know, Gainwell is going to end up being a value if the reports out of camp are true. We just don't know if the reports out of camp are indeed true. You know, there's a lot of reports last year that I think Gainwell was supposed to lead the backfield last year, right? And then Miles Sanders ended up dominating. Okay, here I am. This might end up being a huge value. Some people might absolutely hate this pick, but in the 11th round, you're going to give me Zeke Elliott, who might fall into 10 touchdowns on the goal line? Hell yeah, let's go. RB4 on the team? Feeling good about the squad, ladies and gentlemen. We went early with the tight end and Mark Andrews, and I wasn't sure how I would feel about it, but honestly, the way that Madison fell, the way that Watson fell, I feel pretty good about this team here. I have Ridley over Smith. I just didn't think that Ridley would go that high. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I mean, watch Zeke get like 4 points per game, but I'll take a shot on him here. Zeke at the 11-3, Ramondre at the 3-11. Just swap those bad boys around. No, I mean, look, Ramondre is going to be the more valuable player, obviously. We're all fools, Big Breakfast says, including me. Don't worry. I think 2023 will be the year of the little guy. A-Chain, Deuce, Tank Dell. Yeah, you know, Badaki was saying it earlier, and I kind of, like, I'm starting to agree with him. Tank Dell doesn't look that tiny. Like, maybe he's put on some muscle. I could be wrong, but watching Tank Dell's college film, the dude looked like a middle schooler. But watching him in the preseason, he looked small, but he didn't look like Deuce Vaughn small. He didn't look what's the kid from the Rams? Tutu Atwell small, you know? Would rather take a shot on Rashid Shaheed. In my draft now, have a win now build up to pick Diggs or Kelsey. I would go Diggs if it's a tie, or sorry, Kelsey if it's a tight end premium. I'm surprised Kelsey's on the board in a redraft there. No, I swear, Big Breakfast, go watch the preseason game and then go watch his film from Houston last year. Like, I was completely off of him at first because he genuinely looked like a middle schooler, but he doesn't look like that in preseason so far, at least. Now that doesn't mean he's going to be a superstar, but definitely a fan of him. I want to see Tank Dell succeed. I just can't get you off my mind. So where's is El Tigre in the draft? I'm surprised he hasn't taken Justin Ross yet. No, he's not drafting with us. That's why Justin Ross is still available. Okay, Cole Kmet off the board. And we're going to grab, let's see what Sam does here. Man, it's crazy that Jared Goff is still available in round 12. If that doesn't scream go late round quarterback, I don't know what does. Would you trade Alec Pierce for Peoples-Jones in Dynasty? I prefer Alec Pierce personally. Higher draft capital. 0-17 confirmed. Ross carted off the field. Oh, was he really? Maybe I missed that. Okay, speaking of Tank Dell, I'll grab him here in the 12th round. Welcome to the squad, Tank. Feel free to be an absolute monster. I'm really loving this team. Okay, did I miss some news on Justin Ross? I'll have to look at the news section here in a second. Jaden Reed goes off the board there. Jared Goff. They said he's fine though. Casey's keeping on the car. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't worry too much. That's true, Ironic. Like overall, guys, I wouldn't worry too much about any reports that someone was carded off. Just in general, most teams keep the cart close to the field, and the practice facility is quite far from the other facility. They take players who are injured just to check on them. But yeah, Justin Ross carted off, sat in the front, if that means anything. Right. Maybe we're overthinking it. Okay. Let's grab let's grab Devin here. We'll grab Devin. Not Devon. We have Devon, but we also need Devin. I'm liking this team. I'm liking this squad. Definitely want to rock with it. Lean with it, rock with it. Kareem is your YOLO pick. Yeah, I get it. I was thinking about picking him, to be honest, in case he signed somewhere. Yeah, I get that, Mighty Booch. Definitely, anytime there's an injury, it's definitely should pay attention. All news. Let's do. Is there a way to take out defense? Maybe not. Okay, Mike Davis working out with the Vikings. Big deal. Yeah, Brock Purdy. Did you guys see this report? I felt like this was so unnecessary for Kyle Shanahan to have said The report is that Kyle Shanahan told Albert Breer that Brock Purdy would have to melt in practice to lose his starting job. I was like, damn, son. I mean, fair enough. But you probably just could have said it's Brock's job. You know, like, damn, man. Javonte to play in preseason. Love that. Elijah Moore is back for joint practice. Trey McBride is going to have a role despite Ertz's return. Definitely makes Trey McBride's outlook, messy. We know that. Jordy Fortson's going to miss the whole season. That's fine. Very confident that Breece will be back ready week 1. Okay. Okay, this is Justin Ross. Carted off. Unfortunate history. Okay, so they don't really know much. Hopes are that the injury is not serious, but the situation should be monitored. Okay. Damian Harris still not practicing. That's fine. Just get as healthy as you can for the season. Yeah, Anthony Richardson named the Colts week 1 starter. Shout out to the guy who verbally abused me on this channel, like back in June when we were talking about Anthony Richardson. And the fact that he even suggested he would start week 1, I got genuinely verbally abused. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to people being bold in the chat. But shout out to you, man, because you were wrong. GG's. Anything's possible, right? Be nice to people. Dalvin Cook at least a week away from practicing. Yep, so that's going to be interesting. Miles Sanders not practicing. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty much caught up on all the news. Listen, I didn't reach for any wide receiver, and it shows, but my team could still hang with this league. Yeah, so what'd you end up with? Gabe Davis, Zay Flower, Romeo Doubs, Zay Jones, Nico Collins, and KJ Osborne. Yeah, you got to have some of those guys hit. That's going to be tough. I mean, I personally don't. This is how I felt last year. I don't feel like Gabe Davis is a good pick outside of best ball. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a year he's consistent. Zay Flowers, I think there's definitely an opportunity there, right? Romeo Doubs, I think, is a very good pick. I think he's being undervalued. Zay Jones now with Calvin. I don't know, brother. A lot of risk there. A lot of risk, but maybe. That's why we try different things, though, in mock drafts, right? I'm pretty sure Byronic would be honest with us and say, probably wouldn't love this team if it was a real draft. They're just trying something. Why did Trey Lance? Thank you for the sub, Graphic 13. By the way, we have a like goal of 50 likes. We are currently 12 likes away. So if you guys want to see another mock draft, go ahead and hit the like button. 12 likes away from going there. Got so many offers on Purdy after Lance preseason debut. Yeah, me and the Mighty Booch, if Mighty Booch is still in the chat, we actually just traded in a Dynasty League. I guess we'll get feedback from the gang. Mighty Booch, that was Foxtrot, right? So this is the trade that we made. I got Brock Purdy, Terry McLaurin, sent away Brandon Ayuk, Mac Jones. Crazy, right? I mean, I'm trading a first-round quarterback for a seventh-round Mr. Irrelevant, but I made a video over on our Dynasty channel about a day ago now, yeah. I gave you 4 players that I consider must-buys. Brock Purdy was one of those names, so I sent out a bunch of trades, and this is one that we were able to get done. I definitely feel like I'm downgrading in Dynasty, going from Ayuk to McLaurin, excuse me. But I feel like this team can definitely compete. So I'm fine having Terry on the squad. So now we got Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy. Probably should improve our running back spot, but most of my Dynasty teams are going to be built around the quarterbacks, wide receivers, and tight ends. But feeling pretty good about the team. We've also got Zay Flowers on the bench in case he's ready to step up. We've got J.K. Dobbins, who I need to take off the IR, so he will step into my running back 2 spot. Kyler Murray waiting in the wings whenever he's ready to go. So, yeah, feel Jimmy G in case we need a break glass scenario. But yeah, feel good about that trade. I think it's an even one. It's fair. It's even. Yeah. Lean more the max side. I can respect that. Ayuk side, but it's close. Yeah, I think what a lot of people don't realize is how high I am on Brock Purdy. And I talk about it in that video over on the Dynasty channel. But yeah, I am way higher. Not way higher, but I would say significantly higher than most of the community on him. Context is that I'm scrapping for a rebuild and no one has bitten on buying Terry. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey man, I got Ingram for Dalvin. I love that. That's awesome. So honestly, Crime Lord, because it's a tight end premium league, right? Crime Lord is someone who supports us on the Flock Fantasy website. He's on the Mother Flocker tier. And he has been DMing me in the fantasy hotline, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, when you sign up to the Mother Flocker tier, you get a personalized DM where you can send us any sort of trade offer that you get, and we can give you advice on it. He was telling me about someone in his Dynasty League who was offering him a trade for Dalvin Cook. In his tight end premium format, I gave him a couple suggestions, and one of those was to get Evan Ingram for Dalvin. I would do that in Dynasty personally, especially if it's a tight end premium. Maybe not in a regular format, but in a tight end premium, getting Evan Ingram, who just signed that 3-year deal for Dalvin Cook, who's going to be splitting that backfield. I think that's an absolute steal for you, so well done. Big fan of that trade, especially with you trying to rebuild. Purdy and Ayuk going to make sweet music this year? I think so too. Do you like Debo as a bounce back candidate? Yeah, if he stays healthy, right? Like, selfishly, I'll be honest, guys. Like, selfishly, I don't really have any Debo Samuel on my Dynasty teams. So, like, if I'm a good person, I want him to stay healthy. If I'm not, like, if he's out of the picture, man, Ayuk and Kittle and Purdy, that could be a fun, triplet combo. What am I saying? Quality over quantity with your team. I like that trade for you. You already got elite young wide receivers. Yeah. Okay, do we recycle? No, we didn't. That's okay. Why don't I just take the next 5 minutes and I'll answer all your questions. Okay, from Josh's questions onwards, I'm going to do everything I can to answer every single one of your questions. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do it this way on the big screen. Look at that, sheesh, crystal clear, man. Maybe need a shave, don't I? It is what it is. We'll get it done. Debo doesn't even have Debo on his fantasy teams. He could be a steal, to be honest. Like, if Debo can just stay healthy, he'll probably return value on his current ADP. Predictions for the number 1 overall finish running back in fantasy this year. For me, it's CMC. And I think some people are trying to reinvent the wheel. To me, the only way CMC is not the RB1 is if he's injured. That's really the only way he's not the running back 1. I think Eckler takes a step back. Eckler is one of those running backs for the past 2 seasons that I have been higher on than consensus. In fact, he was my guy 2 years ago. Love Eckler. I think he's going to be scaled back a little bit in the reception in the target category because, those wide receivers weren't healthy. You just add a first-round wide receiver. I think he'll still be good, but I think he'll be scaled back a little bit. Bijan definitely has a chance. Look, if Bijan was on a better offense, and maybe I'm not properly projecting what that offense will be, but if Bijan was on a better offense, I think he would be my answer. But honestly, I would say there's a couple names that I think could be the number 1 running back in fantasy. Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Nick Chubb if he actually gets the receiving work, and long shot, and I know a lot of people will laugh at it, but I would also say Travis Etienne has, he's a dark horse, a true dark horse in that category. I'm not saying he's has the best chance, right? Last guy I named. So, what's your favorite video game series? I'm a pretty basic guy when it comes to video games. Love, growing up, I would play NCAA football and I would make my player and then kind of transfer him over to Madden. So big Madden guy, big NCAA football guy when that comes out. Love 2K, even though it's a trash game, if we're honest. Love FIFA, even though it's also a trash game, as is Madden. But I also play Call of Duty. Pretty much, if I'm not playing a sports game. Oh, Formula 1. Love playing Formula 1. I got a wheel and everything. Big Formula 1 guy. But if it's not a sports game, I'm probably just playing with my friends online. If it's like Call of Duty or Golf with Friends or something. Any more Dynasty Startup mocks before kickoff? Yes, we will. We actually just had one about 2 days ago. 2 days ago, we streamed one. Okay. In a competing Dynasty League, do you think James Cook, Jayden Reed, early second is an overpay for Barkley? James Cook, Jayden Reed, early second. No, that's not an overpay. I'm fine with that, especially if you're competing. Half PPR, Gibbs, Mixon, or Etienne. In order, I would go Etienne, Gibbs, Mixon. Mixon is very close to Gibbs because it's half PPR. All my leagues and my rankings are PPR. Where's the tier break for you? Where is your tier break for quarterback in a Dynasty Superflex PPR? Do you take JJ or Chase ahead of quarterback 10? Yeah, that's a good question. So my tier break in Dynasty. Let me make sure I'm looking at my rankings properly. But I would go first 8 picks. So that would be Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Hurts, Herbert, Lawrence, Jackson, Justin Fields. After those first 8, that's when I'm taking Justin Jefferson myself. Yeah, I miss NCAA football too. Is Gibbs at the back end of the second a reach in a half PPR redraft? Probably in a half PPR. Even in a PPR league, where did he go here? In a PPR league, he just went at the 3.9. Like, to me, that's like mid-third is the earliest you can take him in a PPR format. So for him to go, let's say like 212 in a half PPR, I think there's too much risk there. Tank risk there for Tank Bigsby eating. Yeah, I'm not. I think Tank will have a role, but I'm not someone who thinks that he is he's going to stop Etienne from having an incredible fantasy year. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think they're the same caliber of prospects. Everyone's narrative that Tank Bigsby is the bigger running back. How about BMI? What does BMI say? But fair enough. Untouchable TJ says, full PPR 10th pick. Would you go running back for the first 2 picks? And would you reach for Mahomes in the 4th round? Mahomes in the 4th round becomes a value. Because typically, honestly, in most leagues, he'll go 2nd round. Like if you took a consensus from all ESPN leagues, for example, he's definitely a 2nd round pick. So as much as I love to go quarterback late, if you get him in the 4th, I think that's a good value. And as far as your question, running back, it depends on how the draft falls. This is what I think is so important, and a lot of people don't account for as much as they should. You're going to see so many strategy videos this entire offseason. And to be honest, if you, let's say you go into your draft and say, no matter what, I'm going double hero RB. You could actually draft a worse team that way than if you just read the way that the board is falling. If you plan at the 10 spot, for example, going double hero RB, and there ends up being 6 running backs ahead of you, probably not a good idea to go double hero RB. The value is probably at the wide receiver position. So as much as strategy videos are helpful, it's my personal opinion that the best strategy you truly can operate in is going best player available. Genuinely. Like, unless you're in a best ball league and there's a bunch of different strategies you should try and get yourself in, the week 17 tourney. And in a normal redraft league, probably the best strategy is going best player available with almost every pick. So yeah, I think strategy videos are helpful, but the people who stick so strictly to them and just force a strategy, I don't think they'll be winning their leagues. So hopefully that's helpful. It just depends on how the board falls, is what I would say. Agree, Mighty Booch. Jefferson 101, if you have Waddle, Debo, and Kenneth Walker as keepers, or would you consider CMC or Bijan? Wouldn't go Bijan myself. Yeah, I would still go Jefferson 101. Would still go Jefferson 101. Okay, guys, that is it for today. Do me a massive favor. Go ahead and hit the like button if you have yet to do so. We didn't reach our like goal, but I still had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. If you don't know, I will just plug a couple quick things as I end the stream. First thing is, if you want my rankings, if you want articles from myself, from Mason from Flock Fantasy, the guys from Fantasy Domain, the guys from Stock Exchange, databases from them, then go ahead and use our code LAND when signing up to the Flock Fantasy website. I'll put a direct link in the chat. If you choose the Mother Flocker tier, you're not only going to get all the rankings, articles, databases, bonus videos on the site, you will also unlock from us personally, only people who use that code and sign up to the Mother Flocker tier, you will unlock from us the Fantasy Hotline, which is a direct DM for advice. You also unlock the Dynasty Trade Show, a Dynasty team breakdown on a live stream. So once you do sign up, feel free to DM us. We'll get you all set up and ready to go. And also, if you are playing a lot of best ball, then if you go to your account section, there's a place for you to enter your underdog username, which will give you $10 free to play around with. Other than that, give me a follow on Twitter if you want to hang out and just see my stupid thoughts over on Twitter. I guess it's X now, whatever. But follow me over there. Lastly, a lot of content for you guys to watch from us that is out. We just released our top 30 wide receiver rankings. Badaki and I collectively go back and forth. So that is on our homepage. On our Dynasty channel, you'll see the 4 players that I am buying the most right now in my Dynasty leagues. Outside of that, I'll be live tomorrow. So I will see you then. Enjoy the rest of your night, and thanks for hanging out.